so here he is, one of the better offensive takedown guys we have in the UFC, DC. And if anyone is well equipped to speak to this, it is you. The opponent knows what's coming. At least to this point in the UFC, no one's been able to stop him.
He just has to keep him away, because the moment this guy gets close enough to either grab a leg or make body contact, now you're in trouble. He has a knowledge and an understanding of position from a lifetime of just all grappling, judo, wrestling, sambo. He does it all, and he has just so many ways to get you to the floor. This guy once told me that if he can get your leg, he's going to finish. Because he's going to give you so many things to think about, you will not be able to process and keep up with him, and eventually you're on the mat. It's unbelievable to watch him apply that knowledge to the mixed martial arts.
And as the wrestlers say, this is not a guy you want anywhere near your bracket.
No, you don't want him in the bracket.
That's because T-City is making his way to the octagon, the former title challenger, Brian Ortega. And a lot of people, DC, do believe for this jiu-jitsu practitioner, his ceiling is championship, and eventually he'll get it.
Yes, the ladies go crazy for T-City. Even his video game character is the best-looking guy out here. Brian Ortega is a jiu-jitsu guy, but as you saw in the Frankie Edgar fight, he has now developed striking to match. That was a massive uppercut that floored a guy that had never been finished before. So as long as he continues to improve, John, he will realize the UFC championship before it's all said and done.
All class outside the octagon with his Brian Ortega foundation, but T-City has got his eyes fixed on the prize. Title eliminator of sorts here tonight. All right, now let's get to the tail of the tape for this featherweight tilt. And now for the official introductions, the veteran voice of the octagon is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, the Nightmare. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Brian T-City Ortega.
So Herb Dean, third man in there for this one.
Ready. Good.
Well, who would have thought 5 years ago in a straight kickboxing match that Brian T-City Ortega could hang, if not beat, most of the best featherweights in the world. Certainly in our fighter meeting this week, he talked a lot about striking, but if this fight does hit the canvas, decided advantage, of course, to T-City. Oh, no feeling out process tonight. These fighters are brawling early.
Those guys came to fight from the moment the referee said go. Yes, smart adjustment, yep.
All right, dominant position for him here, full mount. If you're the bottom fighter, better start moving those hips, DC.
Oh, you got to start moving those hips. What you should do initially, right, is start to push at the knees. Push at the hips, create some distance, shrimp, and try to recollect half guard. Half guard sucks, but it's much better than being mounted fully by your opponent. He's got to start throwing down.
Bottom fighter better move.
Yeah, he's got to move, John. He's got to shrimp and try to either get up or pull his opponent back into him so he doesn't have the posture to land that big damage.
All right, well, both fighters pretty comfortable on the ground, DC, but you got to be very careful hanging out here for too long if you're his opponent. Now inside the closed guard.
And he's going to try to find ways to pass and move to a submission.
Pretty good work with the ground and pound here by T-City, Brian Ortega. Making all these shots count. All right, we'll see if he can apply pressure inside his opponent's guard here, DC.
He passes to half guard.
Ortega's looking to pass out of the half guard here and get that side control, but he is denied by the opposition. Nice transition. Well, he's He's worked very hard on this part of his game, and these ground strikes are really starting to take their toll. And now he's got the back.
Beautiful reversal on the ground.
Really good job to land these strikes from top position. Another ground and pound strike lands. And the referee brings the fight back to its feet. No surprise there. Needed to see more action. Push kick there to the body. Whiffs on the straight right hand. 30 seconds now to go in round one. Push kick there to the body. 10 seconds now to go in the round. 5 minutes in the books.
Hey, stop.
Nice. Everything is going perfect. You're striking, looking beautiful. You're hurting this kid. You're hurting him. Just keep going.
All right, DC, let's look at some of the highlights from the last round. Lot for the replay guys to choose from.
Yeah, man, these guys stood on a quarter in the middle of the octagon. Take one to give one. Over and over, each guy landed, and they both landed very well over the course of that first round.
Ready. Ready.
Second round underway.
Good kick.
Well, hard to imagine we would get this late in the fight and have the BJJ practitioner not attempt a single takedown. What gives?
I have no idea. He's not even tried to get this fight to the ground. I don't know what's happening, or maybe something happened earlier in the fight that's deterred him from fighting the fight that we have come to expect from this guy. It is.
Head kick there as it lands, and maybe time to get the bonus checks ready.
I mean, this fight is about done. He's got him hurt very bad with his head kick. Now he has to find one more strike to end the night. Oh, watch guillotine here. Oh, it's getting deep.
Oh, submission defense on full display there.
He said that he was very aware of what this guy brought to the octagon, and it showed in that defense.
Lands a strike now from the bottom. Nice work there by T-City, Brian Ortega.
And there you go again, half guard.
Drops down inside the now closed guard of his opponent.
Let's see how patient he is as he attacks a submission or big ground and pound. The way to stay aware and stay safe defensively. Oh man, what a strike from the bottom. Great shot from the top position. This is where he wants to be.
Nice movement to avoid some of those strikes from the top. Oh, and another punch on the ground gets through. May need some defense here. Trying to guard pass here. Not today.
No, it ain't happening. Good job understanding the transition. Oh, right into mount.
All right, half guard form here, and a lot of offensive options, I would think, at his disposal.
Oh, he's got a ton of options. He has submission options, but I believe the safest option for him here is going to be to use his ground and pound. Build a base, posture up, throw big strikes, get back in position, build posture again, throw big strikes, and just really wear him down with a really secure position in half guard. Now he's got a good body position, yup.
Not there yet, but might get the submission here shortly. 20 seconds left to go in round two. Oh, trying to pass here, but Dikembe Mutombo style, he gets denied.
Block! Great job blocking that pass by the bottom fighter.
2 rounds in the books.
Oh, be finished in this next round, all right? You don't have to.
All right, let's take a look back at some of the highlights from those previous 5 minutes, DC, and no padding, no glove on that foot.
No glove, no padding, and look at the hip action when he throws those kicks. He's not only kicking just for feel, he's really trying to damage his opponent, and as the fight goes longer, you will start to see it taking effect.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Third round underway. Well, there was a moment in that previous round when it looked like we weren't going to get to this next round. Here we are. We will see the extent to which he is recovered.
Let's see how he recovered over the course of that minute. They were putting...
Hook in the clinch there is good by Ortega.
Oh, he jumped guillotine right away. That guillotine is tight.
Looked like that strike from the bottom fighter got the crowd's attention. Fighter trying to pass here, ooh, but gets denied.
Gets denied. Great job, great recognition of seeing what your opponent was trying to do. Getting him out here.
Oh, big shots from the top.
Look at him attack that arm triangle on the opposite side. When it's time to finish, he will lock his hands, pass his body all the way to the opposite side, drop his chin,
and he's out again. All right, side control now. We'll see if he can advance position. Oh, that Kimura looks tight. No, he's out. The fight's going to continue.
Oh, my goodness. I thought it was over. I thought this fight was over.
Well, the ground and pound is there once again. Strong work here by T-City, Brian Ortega.
Great job landing the strike from his back.
Under 2 minutes to go in the round. We'll see what he does here. He postures up and lands to the head. Great position for him here. He's got the full mount. See if he can get that ground and pound going.
Oh, he's got to get it going, but he can't rush. A lot of times, guys get in the full mount and they rush, they get nervous. They're like, oh my goodness, I'm winning. Reality is, you're winning, but it can change in a matter of seconds because then they can be gone. He's got to drop his hips, be really heavy at the opponent's base, and then just start to work. Make the opponent give his back so that he can try to get his chokes off. Oh, he's got a choke.
Ooh, arm triangle's in tight.
It's getting in very tight. How in the world did he escape that submission?
Right inside his opponent's guard here, DC. You don't want to play around here too long.
No, you got to either have 2 hands in or 2 hands out, or guys start to attack triangles.
And that'll do it. 15 minutes in the books.
Stop.
Excellent work. That's what I'm talking about, man. Everything's landing. Everything's working. Just like in training, all right? You just got to keep the pace. He can't stop it.
You ready to fight? Ready. Good.
We have arrived at the 4th round fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds.
Get the turn in that kick.
Oh, he lands another strike to the body, really starting to connect on a lot of shots to the midsection, and these will take their toll as this fight goes into the latter rounds. Straight punch. Big right hand. Well, he's always working off of that jab. Nice jab there by Ortega. And both fighters exchange in the pocket. You're the bottom fighter, DC. What do?
You got to move. You got to shrimp. You got to get up on a hip to try to move your opponent off of you or pull him down to close the space.
Now drops inside that closed guard, DC.
Full guard. Let's see how patient he is as he attacks a submission or big ground and pound.
Might be a submission attempt here, champ.
I mean, you cannot sit in a full guard. When you sit in the full guard, you give these guys so many opportunities.
Nice job by him there. He was being dominated and is able to reverse position.
Great job finding his shots from the top position.
Oh, nicely done there as he escapes back to his feet. Well, it's all pace and prep.
Oh, stuck in the guillotine.
Oh, somehow, some way he got out.
These guys are back and forth, and the submission defense wins this transition.
All right, so you got to be careful playing on the ground with this guy. You don't want to mess around for too long. Inside the closed guard now.
I mean, he went right into his full guard. What does he do to try to advance himself to give him more of an advantage on the mat?
Oh, great transition there as he reverses to top position. Beautiful work on the ground there by Ortega. Oh, he locks up the triangle now, DC. This could very well be the beginning of the end.
Oh, it looks like the end of the fight. It looks like this one is about done. This guy is a triangle expert. He got it set up. He jumped on it so quick, and now he's just going from step to step, trying to get the finish. It's about to be over.
Oh, how on God's green earth did he get out? Ortega's in half guard. A lot of top pressure being applied here. Well, defense doesn't always win championships in MMA, but how about the submission defense tonight, thwarting one attempt after the next?
Yeah, and the fact that he's just constantly under attack tells you he was very prepared for the type of fighter that he was in front of. He knew there would be some submissions coming his way. He was ready to defend them, and he has done that beautifully.
All right, so that's the end of the round. Pretty significant damage done in that round. Cut on the cheek, sustained there from that strike. Now the cut man's got to get in there and close that thing up. Better to be below the eye than above it, sure, but nonetheless, this could be a factor now moving forward. All right, so the cut man attends to the fighter who has essentially been rendered a one-eyed fighter at this point in time. Some replays from the previous round.
No defensive intent, no defensive intensity, no attention to his defense, and this costing him. Now he's dealing with a massive cut over his eye, and that's going to make it hard for him to see. He's got to change something, man. He's got to.
You ready to fight? Ready. Good.
Fifth and final round. Right hook to the head, blocked.
That is a damaging kick that lands. He's going guillotine. Looking for the guillotine lock right now, and it looks like it's in. He's done a great job of securing it, but now he's got to settle it if he wants to finish the fight. He's out. What submission defense on this play?
It's work. Let's stand it up. It's work.
All right, working inside his opponent's guard here.
You cannot sit in these jiu-jitsu guys' guard. And you can't have one arm in, one arm out. Guys will start throwing up legs, chasing triangle.
Ortega's back in full guard now. All right, bottom fighter here, maybe looking to hip escape, DC. All right, trying to pass here. As Glover Teixeira might say, not today.
Not today. Great job of following with the hips, keeping those legs locked and keeping them in full guard.
All right, side control now, DC. You know he's in his element on the ground. A lot of tricks up his sleeve.
A lot of tricks.
All right, we'll see if he postures up and can get some of his ground strikes going here.
And there you go, again, half guard.
Oh, that is a high-level transition to half guard and now in a position to do a lot of damage.
Watch him sit back on the leg and land big ground and pound.
Two minutes now to go in this one. Ground and pound, the hammer Mark Coleman would be proud.
Another strike gets through from the top position.
All right, working inside the closed guard now.
All these actions, though, these big actions got to wear on the gas tank of both guys. That was nice. great defense by this fighter.
All right, he's very comfortable fighting off his back, DC. Now looks like he's trying to hip escape.
Yeah, he's trying to hip escape or maybe look for a Kimura here.
Side control now, DC. A lot of options at his disposal from here.
I want you in mount now.
Ortega's back in full mount. 20 seconds to go in the fight. Lands with the ground and pound. And there is the final horn. What a 25-minute affair tonight. We're going to the scorecards. All right, let's look back at some of the action, DC. They go the distance tonight, but you got to think he won over the judges with his striking acumen tonight.
Yeah, you got to watch one of the best strikers in the entire UFC. He did everything so well, and in my opinion, he should cruise to a very easy decision.
We'll see how the judges saw it. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. The judges score the contest 49-46, 49-46, and 50-45. Declared the winner by unanimous decision, Brian T. City Ortega!
All right, so there he is, the celebration is on. He tried to leave the judges out of it tonight, was unable to do that, but a pretty dominant effort nonetheless. He's your winner by unanimous decision.
And you gotta feel good about that. You gotta feel good about dominating every aspect of a fight and getting a victory. You should be very proud of his performance.